Somber day in Rio Rancho where hundreds gathered to remember Sergeant Robert Barron, the Sandoval County Sheriff's deputy killed while investigating a traffic crash a week ago.
First, I'd like to address the driver that hit my husband. I can only imagine what you're feeling. And I want you to know that I hold no bitterness towards you. You are forgiven.
A very powerful speech from the wife of Sergeant Robert Barron before a crowd of hundreds at her husband's funeral this morning in Rio Rancho. News 13's Gabrielle Burkhart is here with more.
Dean, it was an emotional morning throughout Sandoval County, honoring a man who dedicated more than 20 years to serving the public. The sound of sirens and one final dispatch for Sandoval County Sheriff's Sergeant Robert Barron.
Law enforcement officer for 25 years. Please answer.
Sergeant Barron answered his final call 1 week ago today. While helping to investigate a car crash on a snowy and dangerous I-25, another driver lost control and hit him. He died the next day. Today, law enforcement officers from across the state showed up to support his family and friends in the department he left behind, a department that not too long ago had to mourn the loss of another fellow officer.
To suffer 2 line-of-duty deaths in an agency our size in such a close time span is just inconceivable.
Sandoval County Sergeant Joe Harris was killed in a shootout during a burglary stakeout in the Jemez Mountains in 2009. Less than 5 years later, the loss of Sergeant Barron. Sheriff Doug Wood addressed his department directly.
Please be patient with each other. Check in on each other and reach out to one another.
Losing a law enforcement officer is never easy. This time, Sheriff Wood says it was someone who was the epitome of what a public servant should be. Competent and courageous, tenacious and tough, brave and dedicated, yet understanding and compassionate.
You will be remembered for your courage, strength, and heroism. Step forward now, Sergeant. You have borne your burdens well.
Today's funeral service was followed by a private ceremony at Vista Verde Memorial Park in Rio Rancho. Back to you.
Gabrielle, thank you. Sergeant Barron left behind a wife and a 10-year-old son. His wife, who's also a law enforcement officer, said today that they were both very aware of the dangers they faced in their jobs.